Hello, everybody. I have been wanting to talk to you over the last couple of days about just the energy of everything that's been going on and some of the conversations that I've been having, some of the things that I've been experiencing, and why I feel they're relevant to you guys. I will share that as well. So if you don't know me, my name is Annette Minley. I'm an intuitive marketing coach. I also own a digital marketing agency that serves game changers, change makers, people who are here to do epic things on the planet. These are the people that we support with our marketing services end to end, meaning that we come up with the strategy, we implement the strategy, we execute the strategy, and then support you, and beyond. So those are the things that I do. And I also just share my thoughts on things, currently happening. And it's time for me to talk about this. I've talked about it a little bit. I've had a couple of really interesting conversations and interesting responses to some of the content that I've put out in the last week or so regarding coronavirus, regarding just the time that we're in right now, regarding all the different energetic shifts that are happening in the moment. And I think that I've been observing. I've really been observing the industry. I've been observing the public. I've been observing just how things are unfolding and how people are moving. And yesterday, kind of things came to a head. I actually went out into the world and I went to the grocery store because I needed some things for my kids. We homeschool, so we're relatively not different from our usual situation. A lot of people don't know this, but I have 3 children and I've always homeschooled. Literally, they've never been, they don't go to school. My son is 7 and my daughter is 6, and then I have a baby. So that hasn't been affected very much. My day-to-day life has not been affected very much. But when I actually went to Fry's to buy my things that, I was going with the intention of I'll have to get some, some stuff to prepare just in case things get scarce in the area. And when I went into Fry's, I was not ready energetically for what I would experience in there. I was looking around at everyone's faces and people were afraid. They were straight up in a whole entire panic. They looked lost and confused and just desperate. And I was looking around and everyone was just stunned walking around. And I've seen that before. I used to live in Brooklyn in 2001. And the last time I saw faces that looked like this was after 9/11, when we were outside kind of figuring out, hey, who's still here, who's not here. That after that whole experience, that was the last time I saw and felt that energy, until I felt it yesterday at Fry's, in a relatively, well-off neighborhood. And I felt the fear in such a palpable sense that I was suddenly so freaked out. I was so freaked out. I hadn't really been freaked out. I'm staying current with the information. I'm practicing safe, distancing. I'm not, taking my kids to the movies or anything like that. We're relatively recluse as it is as homeschooling and work from home parents. So I don't really leave the house very often, right? So that hasn't really changed, but going out and experiencing this really activated a lot of different things in me. Activated a lot of different insights. There are some things that I had been kind of making decisions on and still wondering which way am I going to go. Suddenly everything is clear. And I feel like I need to talk to you guys about that. So one thing that I know is clear right now is that this is the time for leaders to rise up. Right now, everyone is online, looking for things, looking for some way to fill their mind, fill their time, just escape from reality or whatever. If you are not producing content right now, I urge you to reconsider. Even if you are just producing content that doesn't have a necessary call to action, maybe you're just sharing value, maybe you're sharing information around your expertise, your topic, whatever it is that you care about. And if you don't have a business yet, let me just say this really quick. If you don't have a business yet and you just follow me for some other reason, just start talking, okay? I implore you to just start talking. Tell people what is on your mind. Ask questions and create dialogue and opportunities for collaborative thought. And this will allow you to eventually create a brand, regardless of where it goes and what direction you take it, that's fine. But just start using your voice really right now, because what is about to happen is the people who have already been creating content, we are going to have the upper hand, honestly, because we already have a flow around this. We already feel comfortable with this. But people are going to be looking for content, looking for ways to change their life. How many people are going to be facing their own shadow completely unprepared over the next few weeks? How many people are going to be sitting and realizing that they've been in a pattern, or that they've been in an abusive relationship, or that they've been in some sort of traumatic situation? How long do we think until that starts happening at a mass scale, like globally? And what do you think happens when people start to wake up to this stuff? They start to wake up to their spirituality. They start to wake up to who they are at an identity level. They start to do all of this mindset work, all this stuff that we've been talking about in this tiny little bubble of the internet for years. It starts to become a global conversation, you guys. And this is why it's so important for you to have a voice right now. And this is why it's so important that even though the energy of everything is so, it's good, it's bad, it's so much, there's so much happening. For everybody that I know, we're all like, whoa, what the heck? It is all happening right now. And I get it, it's a lot, we're feeling a lot, but if you have a message, if you have a story, again, I've always said this, if you have something within you that can help someone else live a more meaningful existence or a more peaceful existence, if you have something within you that can support someone in a time of need, then I believe that it's your job to share that. I believe that to be a good steward of the things that you've gone through, and the stories that you have, and the wisdom that you have, and the insights that you have, and the gifts that you have, in order to be a good steward of those things, you have to do a duty, I feel, and this is my opinion, I'm not projecting this on anybody, but I feel that if you have these gifts, that you should do something with them. Because if you have a genius like that, if you have a capacity or a capability like that, and you do not use it, it will kill you. It'll eat you alive. It'll send you down a self-destructive path, because it's something that has to be expressed. And if you're not expressing it and not really fully owning it, it will eat at you. And I've talked about this before in terms of like your vision will haunt you if you don't actually engage it, because we are at this time more than ever taking a real honest look at our lives and saying, what the fuck is happening? Like, honestly, we're looking at it and saying, where am I? How did I get here? Am I good? Like, where are my friends? We're all asking ourselves these questions right now. It's very, very like Maslow's like hierarchy of needs. I haven't shared this story like with you guys, but someone took cough medicine out of my cart like last week, because I grabbed the last one. I grabbed an $11 expensive organic cold medicine because that was the last one, and she took it out of my cart, and I was like, bro, like, give me that back. And it was such a bizarre experience. I went off. I said, put that back in my cart right now. I got it back, everybody, just so you know. She was much taller than me, but I came with a passion, so she understood that I was going to get that back. Anyway, all this to say, like, there's a lot going on right now. There's a lot that's been happening energetically, but the big message is that it is now time to do the thing. It is now time to like not hold back, to stop hiding, to stop pretending that you don't think you're the shit. Like, stop. Go out there and do your thing right now. And for healers, I'm going to need you to come to the realization that your content and your like words are not the gift, okay? And here let me explain this further, okay? You could tell everyone in written form, in video form, in every form exactly how to do your process for themselves, and there will still be value to hiring you directly. You could literally dot by dot, line by line, explain exactly what you do in the energetic realm. You could explain exactly kinds of questions that you ask. You could break it all down, and there is still a need for you to show up in your service. Hear me. The words, the processes are not the thing. It's being in your energy. It's you holding space for their shift, for their healing. It's you as the container, as someone who has weathered this and felt this and knows how to hold somebody in this. That is the value of you. The energetic room that you project out for people to step into and know that they are safe to explore parts of themselves that are otherwise very difficult to explore. That's what healers do. That's what coaches do. People who work in the energetics, of it. Maybe there's not as much conscious thought, for the person involved, but you get my point. Like, you could say exactly what it is that you do, and people will still need you. So stop holding back in your content. Stop holding back in your content. Stop thinking that you can only give out this little tiny tip and that little tiny tip. This is not the time for just quick pointers, you guys. There is a mass awakening happening, obviously, and we can all feel it. We've all been feeling it, and now it is happening. So if you have the stuff to say, start saying it now. Please start saying it now. Like, I cannot repeat this enough. It is time for you to start sharing your processes. How do you meditate? What do you say to yourself? What does it actually look like? And you have to know that saying that stuff is not in any way taking away from the power of your offer. Okay? Please, because your offer is not the words. Your offer is not the content. Your offer is holding energetic space for this transformation or healing. Okay? Okay. I'm sorry for yelling at you, but I feel this so strongly, you guys. This is it. This is it. I was telling one of my friends and, really close friends, I was like, the dress rehearsal's over. We cannot continue to dilly-dally. It's literally like reach for greatness or die. Like, this is it. Right here. Like, this is the moment where we have to decide, I'm going all in or I'm going to figure out something else. We cannot do medium temp situations in here. We have to go fully in and or not, or go a different direction. Because if you stay in this middle area and you're like 1 foot in, 1 foot out, maybe it'll work, whatever, and you're not really backing it up with actions, you're not really backing it up with any sort of anything, if you're just all talk, you're gonna wear yourself out really quick and you're gonna run out of money. Period. Like, that is what's going to happen. So don't be here. Just be here, like be high or be out, because otherwise it's just, you're going to be wasting your own time. And I know that that's kind of harsh, but it came through. So here we are. Okay, you guys, I have to go, but listen, I'm going to start working a lot with chiropractors, therapists, Reiki healers, fitness professionals, people like that who are now moving their business online. If you have someone in your community who wants to try building an online brand and developing like at-home workouts or courses or whatever, digital products to support them during this time, if you have friends who are experts in their particular industry but now don't have a business because of the situation, please connect them with me. I'm coming up with something to make this transition easier for the collective, because I have the skills to build not only your audience but your business relatively quickly. I know how to do that, and I could do it for any type of business really, but I want to help the people who are working on the body, working on the soul, working on the mental, on the physical. Those are the people that I really want to spend my energy supporting. So if you happen to know people who are wanting to do that, if you're a people who's wanting to build your business online, even if it's just like the online branch while things, clear up in the physical, talk to me. I want to help you. I want to support you during this time. I'll come up with something that's accessible. I understand financials are all, it's a hot mess right now. I will come up with something that can work for different price points or whatever, but this is what I'm here to do, like me. So I'm doing it. I'm walking the talk. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for listening. If you found value in this live stream, if it got you fired up, if it got you excited about your mission, please share it. It helps me connect with more people, grow my audience and actually, grow my business. So I support your I appreciate your support with all that kind of stuff. And I hope that everybody's being safe. Please remember to wash your hands. Don't forget to do the thumbs. People forget to do the thumbs. You also scratch. You also scratch, okay? That's so your fingernails, because stuff gets stuck there. Okay, wash your hands. I love you guys. Bye.